Many senior travelers don't know about the secret benefits and perks specifically designed for people over 70 by the cruise lines. These aren't always shouted from the rooftops. Sometimes they're subtle advantages, special considerations, or even hidden services that can transform your cruise experience from great to truly exceptional. These aren't the flashy upgrades you see in brochures. These are subtle advantages, silent upgrades, discreet services, special treatment, designed specifically for older guests, and you probably wouldn't even know they exist unless someone told you. After years of sailing and speaking with hundreds of senior cruisers, I've uncovered 12 secret benefits that can truly transform your next cruise. From quiet cabin upgrades to hidden concierge treatment, these senior-specific perks are out there, and once you know them, you'll never cruise the same way again. Let's uncover the secrets cruise lines don't want you to know, but they absolutely need to. Secret benefit number 1. Preferential cabin locations and upgrades. While cruise lines don't explicitly list preferential cabin assignments for seniors as a public perk, what many travelers over 70 discover, particularly those with a history of cruising, is that they are often subtly placed in more convenient or desirable cabin locations. This isn't accidental. Cruise lines understand that ease of access to elevators, dining rooms, or public spaces can significantly enhance the experience for older guests. Furthermore, it's not uncommon for quiet, unrequested upgrades to better located or slightly larger cabins to occur, especially on less crowded sailings, as a gesture of appreciation for a valued demographic. This silent consideration aims to improve comfort and reduce walking distances without being a marketed senior perk. A longtime cruiser in her early 70s consistently found herself assigned cabins closer to the main elevators, even when booking a standard interior. On one occasion, she received an unrequested upgrade from an ocean view to a balcony cabin, strategically located midship near dining venues. Cruise lines rarely advertise this, but experienced travel agents and even some internal data suggest a quiet preference for placing older, repeat guests in more convenient locations to enhance their onboard experience and encourage future bookings. Always mention your age, if applicable for discounts, and consider quietly noting any mobility preferences in your booking. Secret benefit number 2. Access to dedicated onboard concierge services. For many guests, concierge services are reserved for suite categories, but a little-known secret for travelers over 70, especially those with loyalty status, is that they can often access a form of soft concierge service. While not a formal, advertised benefit for all seniors, many guest services or loyalty ambassadors are implicitly trained to offer more personalized assistance to older guests. This can include help with dinner reservations, excursion adjustments, or even just navigating the ship's app, often going above and beyond standard customer service. These are not explicitly marketed services, but rather an understanding by staff that older guests may appreciate extra, proactive support. An elderly gentleman struggling with his phone's internet connection for a specialty dining reservation was approached by a guest services agent who not only helped him with the booking, but also quietly ensured his preferred table was available throughout the cruise. This wasn't a published service, but rather the result of staff proactively assisting an older guest. Don't be afraid to politely ask for assistance or clarification from guest services, especially if you have loyalty status. You may find a level of personalized help that isn't openly available to all passengers. Secret benefit number 3. Priority assistance with shore excursions. While accessible excursions are often advertised, a less overt benefit for travelers over 70, particularly those with some mobility challenges, is a subtle priority given to them during the shore excursion process. This can manifest as being directed to the front of the line for tender boats, receiving more direct guidance from excursion leaders on pace, or even preferential seating on buses. Cruise lines want to ensure older guests have a seamless and comfortable experience ashore to minimize complaints and maximize satisfaction. This often translates into small, unadvertised courtesies that make a big difference in reducing stress and fatigue during port calls. A couple in their mid-70s on a Mediterranean cruise had booked a walking tour. As they approached the gangway for a tender boat, a crew member discreetly guided them to a priority boarding line, ensuring they had comfortable seating on the tender. Later, on the tour, the guide subtly adjusted the pace and offered more frequent rest stops. This wasn't advertised as a senior perk, but a thoughtful consideration from the staff. Don't hesitate to communicate any mobility concerns to the shore excursions desk. you might find a hidden layer of assistance available. Secret benefit number 4. Tailored dietary accommodations without extra fees. While all guests can request dietary accommodations, for those over 70, particularly with specific health-related needs, there's often a greater willingness by the culinary team to go above and beyond for individualized meal planning, often without the typical specialty dining upcharges. This isn't merely about standard low-salt or gluten-free options. It can extend to more nuanced requests like softer foods, specific portion sizes, or even preparing familiar comfort foods not explicitly on the menu. Cruise lines recognize that proper nutrition is paramount for older guests' health and satisfaction, making them more amenable to personalized culinary requests to ensure a comfortable and healthy voyage. A passenger with specific chewing difficulties due to dental work was initially worried about her dining options. After a quiet word with the maitre d', the kitchen consistently provided her with specially prepared, softer versions of the main dishes each evening, even bringing her favorite pureed soup without her having to ask again. This personalized attention, beyond standard dietary flags, is a testament to the quiet efforts made for older guests. Don't hesitate to speak with the maitre d' or head chef early in your cruise about specific needs. You might be surprised by their accommodating nature. Secret benefit number 5. Access to gentleman host programs. Many luxury and premium cruise lines have gentleman host programs, primarily advertised for solo female travelers seeking dance partners or companions for social events. However, a less-known benefit is that older couples or even small groups of friends over 70 can often discreetly utilize these hosts for broader social interaction, bridge games, or quiet conversation in lounges, even if they aren't solo. These well-vetted, charming individuals are on board not just for dancing, but to generally enhance the social experience for older guests, and their availability extends beyond formal events if approached politely and respectfully. A couple in their late 70s, new to a particular cruise line, were hesitant to join a bridge game because they needed a fourth player. After a casual chat with the cruise director, a gentleman host quietly joined their table for a friendly game each afternoon, enhancing their social experience significantly. These hosts are present to enrich the overall atmosphere for older guests. If you're looking for companionship for activities like cards, conversation, or a quiet drink, a polite inquiry to the cruise director or social host can sometimes open up these unadvertised opportunities. Secret benefit number 6. Enhanced medical attention and proactive wellness checks. While ship medical centers are not hospitals, for passengers over 70, there's often a subtle but noticeable enhancement in proactive medical attention and oversight from the onboard medical team. This isn't just about responding to emergencies. It can involve more frequent wellness checks, easier access to minor consultations for chronic conditions, or simply a more attentive approach from doctors and nurses once they're aware of an older guest presence. Cruise lines are highly attuned to the health needs of their older demographic and, while not explicitly advertised, often provide a heightened level of medical awareness and care to minimize health incidents. A passenger with a known heart condition experienced a brief dizzy spell. While he reported it himself, the ship's medical team quietly checked on him twice the next day, confirming he was well and offering easy access to consultation if needed. They had clearly noted his age and pre-existing condition. While not a free clinic, the medical staff can be incredibly proactive and attentive to older guests, often offering advice or discreet follow-ups. Ensure your travel agent or the cruise line is aware of any non-critical health needs beforehand, as this can facilitate this enhanced awareness. Secret benefit number 7. Priority boarding and disembarkation. While most cruise lines offer priority boarding/disembarkation for suite guests or top-tier loyalty members, a less formal, unadvertised courtesy often extended to travelers over 70. Particularly those with visible mobility aids or who appear frail, is a quiet fast-tracking through lines. Staff are often instructed to identify and assist older guests to reduce standing time and congestion during these typically busy processes. This isn't a guaranteed, printed benefit, but rather an empathetic directive to ensure a smoother, less strenuous experience for a vulnerable demographic. It's about reducing fatigue and stress from the very beginning and end of the voyage. A couple in their early 80s, visibly tired after a long flight to the port, found themselves gently guided by a port agent to a shorter, less crowded check-in line, even though they didn't have special status. Similarly, on disembarkation day, crew members were seen quietly directing older guests towards quieter exits. While not an official policy for all seniors, many staff members prioritize the comfort of older guests. Don't be afraid to politely inquire with staff if there's a less strenuous option for boarding or disembarking if you're feeling overwhelmed by the crowds. Secret benefit number 8. Preferential seating in lounges and theaters. Just as with dining and boarding, a subtle, unadvertised perk for those over 70 is often preferential seating in crowded lounges, theaters, and show venues. While you won't see a seniors-only section, ushers and staff are often quietly empowered to help older guests find more comfortable or easily accessible seats, especially for those who arrive slightly earlier or who may need to avoid stairs. This is about enhancing the comfort and enjoyment of live entertainment without requiring a special request. It's a proactive courtesy aimed at making the experience more pleasant and less physically taxing. During a particularly popular evening show, a solo elderly woman was struggling to find a seat in the packed main theater. An usher quietly approached her and led her to a previously roped-off section, finding her a comfortable seat with a good view, far from any heavy traffic areas. This type of thoughtful assistance is common but rarely highlighted. Arriving a little early and making eye contact with an usher or bartender in a lounge might lead to a similar, quiet courtesy. Secret benefit number 9. Extended loan periods for mobility aids. While cruise lines typically offer short-term loaners of wheelchairs for emergencies or embarkation/disembarkation, a lesser-known benefit for older guests, particularly those experiencing temporary mobility issues, is the potential for extended loan periods of manual wheelchairs or even referrals to onboard rental scooters without immediate charges. This is not advertised as a general service, but rather a quiet understanding that a temporary aid can significantly improve a senior's cruise experience. It's a pragmatic solution to ensure mobility and comfort on board, preventing issues that might otherwise lead to medical center visits or dissatisfaction. A gentleman who unexpectedly sprained his ankle on day 2 of his cruise visited the medical center. Besides treatment, he was quietly offered a manual wheelchair for the remainder of the cruise at no charge, ensuring he could still participate in activities. While major mobility aids often require pre-booking or rental fees, for temporary or immediate needs, the ship's medical or guest services may have readily available loaners for older guests to maintain their comfort and mobility. Always inquire discreetly if you find yourself needing such assistance. Secret benefit number 10. Access to specialized lectures and enrichment programs. While all cruise lines offer a range of lectures and enrichment activities, many lines, particularly those catering to an older demographic, often host unadvertised or subtly promoted specialized lectures, discussion groups, or workshops that are highly appealing to guests over 70. These might include in-depth historical talks, current events discussions, art appreciation sessions, or even technology workshops tailored for seniors. These are often less about mass appeal and more about providing intellectually stimulating options for a key segment of their clientele, without overtly branding them as senior activities. A history enthusiast in his 70s stumbled upon a small, intimate lecture series in a quiet lounge on the ship, focusing on ancient civilizations. It wasn't heavily advertised, but word spread among older guests, and he found a daily intellectual hub. Many cruise lines bring on guest lecturers with specific expertise that appeals to a mature, curious audience. Check the daily planner carefully for enrichment, special interest, or guest speaker events that might not immediately jump out but offer deep dives into fascinating topics. Secret benefit number 11. Special consideration for dining times and table assignments. Beyond standard dining requests, older guests often receive quiet, special consideration for their preferred dining times and table assignments, even if not explicitly advertised as a senior perk. This can include being seated away from high-traffic areas, near a window, or at a table with other guests of a similar age or shared interests, if subtly requested. Cruise lines recognize that dining is a cornerstone of the cruise experience, and ensuring comfort, ease of access, and pleasant companionship at mealtimes is a key factor in satisfaction for their older demographic, leading to these unadvertised courtesies. A solo female traveler in her late 70s had requested an early dining time. The maitre d' not only honored her request, but consistently seated her at a quiet, window-side table with other charming, like-minded solo female guests, ensuring pleasant conversation each evening. This subtle yet impactful consideration transformed her dining experience. Politely communicating your preferences, whether for a quieter table, easy access, or social compatibility, to the maitre d' early in the cruise can often result in these quiet, unadvertised benefits. Secret benefit number 12. Availability of assistance with luggage and transfers. While luggage handling is part of the standard cruise service, for passengers over 70, there's often a heightened, discreet level of assistance available, particularly during transfers between the ship, airport, or hotels. This might involve a crew member proactively ensuring your bags are loaded first onto a shuttle, personally escorting you through a crowded terminal, or simply providing extra support with navigating stairs or escalators during transfer points. Cruise lines prioritize a seamless transition for older guests to prevent falls, reduce stress, and ensure a positive final impression of their journey. A couple needing assistance with their multiple bags for an airport transfer found a crew member quietly ensuring their luggage was prioritized and personally escorted them to their shuttle bus, bypassing a long line. This extra layer of care, often unadvertised, is extended to older guests. Don't hesitate to accept or discreetly request assistance from staff during busy embarkation, disembarkation, or transfer periods. Their willingness to help often goes beyond the standard service, aiming to make your journey smoother and safer. And there you have it, cruisers. 12 secret benefits for people over 70 that cruise lines hide. These aren't always in the brochures or plastered on advertisements, but they represent a quiet understanding and appreciation for a highly valued demographic. Unlocking these advantages can genuinely enhance your comfort, safety, and enjoyment at sea. It's not about demanding special treatment. It's about being aware of the subtle courtesies and services that exist. Knowing these truths empowers you to ask the right questions, or simply to recognize and appreciate the enhanced experience that awaits you. Did these secrets surprise you? Hit like if you learned something new, and subscribe to Cruise Pro for more essential insights and honest advice that truly prepares you for every aspect of your cruise. What's a hidden perk you've discovered on your cruises? Share it in the comments below. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.